What's up, nerds, and welcome to another noisy news week for the week of May 7th, 2022. Here's where I fill you in on some notable news posted to noisypixel.net this past week. Before I get into the news, I'd just like to say that I'm currently playing Prinny Presents NIS Classics Volume 2. It has two old Disgaea-like games. One of them is more Disgaea-like than the other, but they're both on the same engine, with the titles being Makai Kingdom. Both came out on PSP a long time ago, but only ZHP came out in the West. But I digress. Let me know what you're playing in the comments below, and we'll talk about it. Everyone, stop the press. We are living in a reality where the idea of maybe possibly Sony buying Square Enix is maybe possible? I'm not sure. Embracer Group released a press release announcing that they have entered in an agreement to purchase a few Western studios from Square Enix for the cost of $300 million. The agreement includes Crystal Dynamics, Eidos-Montréal, and Square Enix Montreal, along with over 50 IPs, including Tomb Raider, Gex, The Legend of Kain. I can go on. I can go on. Fear Effect, so many titles. I think even the Avengers game will fall under this, but I think Square's holding on to Life is Strange. They really like that game, I guess. This still is insane. Embracer Group themselves already owns a few other publishing farms, such as Conch Media, Gearbox, and Saber Interactive, THQ Nordic. The list goes on. And those companies have their own publishing arms, such as Gearbox Publishing, who just bought Perfect World. Guys, it's pretty insane when you think about it. So all we can do is wait and see what happens from this announcement and see what happens to these IPs in the future. Hopefully we get a new Legend of Kain, or I'll take a Sleeping Dogs. Are you looking forward to what comes from this? Are you a little scared that the reality of Sony purchasing Square Enix is coming a little too true? Let me know in the comments below. Speaking of announcements, Jeff Keighley announced that he will host the Summer Game Fest Live for 2022. The event will take place on June 9th. And it'll start at 11 a.m. As you could probably expect, there'll be a few announcements, but we'll all have to kneel before Jeff Keighley and kiss his ring finger before he'll unveil everything to us. That's the cost for Jeff, the number one gamer. Number one gamer. Here's a fun announcement. Ubisoft decided to update everyone on the Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake. They released a statement that goes on to say that Ubisoft Montreal will be heading development moving forward on the game, taking the development from the Ubisoft Pune and the Ubisoft Mumbai teams. So I don't know what's going on with that. This game was announced 2 years ago and it's just sitting. But with that said, the initial reveal was very ugly, so I'm glad they kind of took it back. Ironically, Ubisoft Montreal was the studio behind the original trilogy, so it's in the original hands. Well done. Developer Game Breakers announced that Fury will have paid DLC releasing on May 17th. This DLC will include an Onimusha Rider character who can switch between swift and slower stances during the boss rush gameplay. Further, Fury will be receiving a native PS5 port on the same date that the DLC launches. NIS America announced that Prinny Presents NIS Classics Volume 3 will become available on Steam and Switch on August 30th. This collection of games includes La Pucelle Ragnarok and Rhapsody, a Musical Adventure. Both games are pretty good, so if you haven't played them, this is a great time to check them out. We had a batch of fan-made Touhou project announcements, with CFK coming out with a new trailer for Kumaju Ramilia Scarlet Symphony. This is a Castlevania-like adventure game with the Touhou characters, and it's coming to Switch and PC on July 28th, 2022. So check out the trailer. It looks really good. I'm pretty excited about this. This game released previously, but this is the updated version with new systems and a little bit of other things, so I'm excited to play it. Phoenix Games announced that they will publish the Nipia-developed RTS Touhou game, the Touhou Empires, on PC via Steam in 2022. They released a trailer that shows all the RTS goodness that this Touhou adventure includes. Playism announced that their Touhou 2D bullet hell action game, Takkoman Kouzatsu World, is available now on PC via Steam, so that's cool. A little stealth launch there for you. On to visual novel news. Fruitback Factory has confirmed that they will publish a SeaBed-related project later this year. However, the developer came out and said that it is not going to be a visual novel, so we have no idea what this is. Maybe an anime? Maybe a Yuri anime? I'm in. SeaBed's good. If you have not played it, go check out a review and then play it. Idea Factory International announced that Burishana, Rising Flower of Genpai, will launch on Nintendo Switch on June 28th in North America and July 1st in Europe. The game will receive both a physical and digital release, with a limited edition available. Manga Gamer announced that the next entry in their localization of the 07th expansion developed Higurashi series, Higurashi When They Cry, How Rai, I'm not sure. Well, it's currently available for pre-order for June 2nd, 2022 release. This comes with 3 different arcs: Saikaroshi, Hirakawashi, and Batsukoi-shi. I feel like I did okay. The first arc is an epilogue of the main story's finale, while the other 2 are considered to be non-canon, so it's just a little more for you. And the game's like $6 too. So if you are invested this far into it, well, might as well just pick this one up. Just USA has blessed our ears with an upcoming ASMR Catgirl visual novel called Neko Night, coming to PC via Jazz Store on May 31st, 2022. Neko Night stars a guy who's writing or something, and he's having a little bit of writer's block, as writers do. He takes a little nap, wakes up, there's a knock at his door. Who's that? It's stormy outside. Well, it's no other than a cat girl. And of course, after he helps her, things get a little steamy. This is an ASMR type game, so expect a lot of breathing and crinkling and maybe squishing. I don't know what, it's a hentai game. It's a hentai game, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Somewhere along the lines, these cat girls are gonna get f***ed. Moving on. Primela announced that they will release Taisho X Alice Heads and Tails. This is a fan disc of the visual novel Taisho X Alice, expanding with 2 additional arcs. So it's coming, Otome fans, don't worry. Previews on the site, we got Cult of the Lamb. Reviews on the site, we got Loot River, Hatsumira from the Future Undying, Trek to Yomi, Rift Tracks the Game, and Prinny presents NIS Classics Volume 2. And guys, that's it. That's the news. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.
Noisy Pixel.